Hello and welcome to day 72 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah and I'm recording myself every day talking to camera so that I can get better at talking to camera. I'm on a walk right now, taking a little water break, and it's rained I think almost every day this week, and it rained today, and it may rain while I'm out here. Fingers crossed I make it home mostly dry. It's wet out here, and my shoes and my socks are soaked, and I don't like that feeling. I don't. But it is what it is. I also don't like to say that. Ugh. But it is what it is. So we gotta finish this walk with some soggy shoes and socks. That's okay. We're alive. We're breathing. You know what? I might finish this water. I might refill it up. What are we gonna talk about today? What are we gonna talk about? Okay, so I'm on my walk, right? And I've walked through many a puddle, and I walked the same loop. Oh, today's Thursday, so it's usually run day. We'll start with that. Let's start with that. I didn't run. I'm not gonna run today. I'm gonna walk, and I haven't died, so it's gonna be okay. While I was writing in my journal, it was raining, and so I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get to run or walk or go outside. I mean, I know I can go outside in the rain, but I was just thinking about it, and I was just writing what was coming up, and I had a flashback to a few months ago. I had a migraine with, I think it's called aura, and that, like, my vision went blurry. That's how it started. And then, like, I vomited, I had diarrhea, I felt so terrible, and my head hurt. And it happened on a Saturday, and my niece was over, and I felt so terrible. And I remember thinking, like, I was trying to keep it together because I didn't want to scare her. And by, like, showing my feelings and emotion, like, I felt terrible. I just wanted to cry, and I didn't want to scare her. And I told her and my mom, I was like, I have to go lay down. Like, I don't feel good. I feel really, really terrible. And my niece was like, she was thinking, she's like, what do I like to do when I don't feel good? And so she like got me a glass of water, and she's like, okay, now go rest. And so I did. And so because I felt so terrible, running was not on my mind. Even though it was a Saturday, I wasn't thinking about running. I wasn't thinking about walking. I wasn't thinking about being active. My only concern, my only priority was to feel like I wasn't dying. And so I slept, and I drank water with my little liquid IV powder, and I slept, and I drank my electrolytes, and I slept. And the only thing on my mind was, I want to feel good. I want to feel alive. And so I was writing about that this morning, and I was like, it kind of felt like a relief that my only concern, my only priority was resting. And I was like, it was kind of nice not having any other commitment or obligation on my mind. Like, I wasn't worried about running. I wasn't worried about shit. Just feeling better. And that's when I knew that today I was gonna walk and not run, because I was like, how sad, not sad, but hold on, I'm gonna drink this and refill it, and then we're gonna go for a walk. So yeah, I was thinking, you know, when you push your body so hard and don't give it a break, and you don't have rest in your schedule, your body will make you rest. And when it's forced, it's not fun. And I was just like, I don't want to get to that point again. I don't want to have a migraine, or I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to have to get to that point to where it's a relief to only be concerned with resting. Anyway, I was like, hold on, I finished your workout? No. I'm walking. I was just like, I'm so sorry, Leah. I'm so sorry that thinking about having that migraine felt like a relief. Yeah, so it's like, okay, that is my body, that's my subconscious telling me, hey, we're okay to rest. You don't have to run today. It's okay. You're still moving your body. You're still moving your body. It's okay. It's okay to be soft. It's okay. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Anyway, so we're on a walk, and I do the same lap, and the lap goes around baseball fields, which I used to, when I first started walking around here, I would stop at the baseball fields, and I would sit in the bleachers, and I would meditate for 20 minutes. I've turned that into a walking meditation. And good thing, because I would be super bummed now, because they put fences around the baseball fields with locks. So I would either have to climb the fence, or someone would have to give me the combination to one of the locks, because I can't get in. And I was just like, it feels so gross. I don't know. These baseball fields have been here for forever, and why did they need a fence around them? It also made me think, since it's been raining a lot, I use the what do you call it? the coverings over the bleachers, I used that as shelter when I got caught in downpours, like multiple times. And now I can't depend on that for shelter because I would have to climb a fence. Anyway, so that reminded me of the old neighborhood where I would walk around in Houston, and it was residential and commercial. And so when I had to use the restroom, I would often stop at a Starbucks. And it was a small Starbucks, and they had restrooms that were open to the public. Until one day, I walked in and noticed I had been using that restroom for a long time. And I didn't purchase anything. I had my preferred coffee shop, which is not Starbucks. So I would just stop in there and use the restroom. Like, whatever. It's not a crime. And I would walk in, use the restroom, and leave. And so one day I walked in and I walked to the restroom and I noticed a new sign. Customers only. But it was still unlocked, so I still used it. I just noted it and I was like, okay, I guess I won't come back because they're probably gonna lock it. But I was just like, why can't you just let a girl use the restroom? It's not like I was destroying the restroom every time I used it, or anytime I used it. Yeah. It just reminded me of that. And so now I really don't like Starbucks because I'm like, you couldn't just let me use the restroom. Couldn't just be a kind, compassionate neighbor looking out for the walker who has to pee every 30 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, what else? What else is going on, Leah? So I was also writing about so I'm a really creative person, right? I think of myself as a creative person. And in my past, I've always been very crafty. I have a lot of craft stuff. It's in my storage unit. But I've always liked to make things, create things. But this chapter of my life, like the past year, maybe a little longer, I've felt really disconnected from that part of me. And it's like my heart used to pull me to well, I think it was my heart, but it actually probably wasn't. I was probably using it as an escape from my marriage, mostly. Yeah. But I just always had this, well, I don't know what it was anymore. I was thinking it was like this desire to create and to express myself. But that was happening the most during my marriage and our whole relationship, really. I created the most things. So now I'm like, oh, Anyway, I was writing about this earlier, and the only things I've created, really, like a few drawings and stuff, but I've really only had paper and pen because all of my craft stuff is in my storage unit. I was thinking about like my beading stuff, and I was like, beads would feel really nice, like sensory wise right now. I just thought of that earlier, and I was like, I think this time that I've been separated from my crafts has been really intentional, because I've been forced to rest and create within and focus on myself. I see a friend I haven't seen in a while, and I feel bad because I'm like, I need to go say hi, but I'll just slowly walk and we'll catch up. But I feel like this break, or this like distance between my stuff and me, has been very intentional, and it's given me time and forced me to work on the real work of art, which is myself. And I've been doing that because, yeah, I have been. Anyway, yeah. Just some things I was thinking about today. And also, since I have been writing, like that's the only art that I've been doing consistently for the past year or two. Well, longer, but that's been the only thing I've been doing consistently, art-wise, expression-wise. I don't know. I'm like, how do I share it? Like, I was sharing some journal entries on my website, but I was like, I want to do something more with it. And so I'm noodling on that. Oh, is that a snake? It's a dead snake, but it's a snake. Yeah, I want to do something more with it, but I'm not sure what. So, like, I know, like, I have enough to have books, but I want to do more than that too. I don't know. I'm itching to do something, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I know it'll come to me when it's ready. So I just gotta be patient. I know. I was writing about this last night though. I was like, I've been so fucking patient. I was writing to God directly. I don't do it all the time, but I was like, God, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's the holdup? Anyway. I used to be scared to talk to God like that, but I'm like, God, I can talk to myself however I want, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's good for today. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.